If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him.
Maybe someone's reacted to that news. I don't know, or maybe it just fell through. But it sounds to me that the move to fight Jake Paul has just maybe derailed the other fight. But I don't blame Canelo Alvarez, because financially, the bigger fight is Canelo-Jake Paul. Because in that fight, you've got two big stars. In the other fight, you've got two great fighters and one big star.
Terence Crawford has lost it on Canelo Alvarez for reportedly canceling their much-anticipated fight. Canelo and Crawford were deep in negotiations, with Ring magazine initially reporting that a deal had been struck for a blockbuster showdown in Nevada this fall. However, the same public now claims the agreement has collapsed as both camps remain dissatisfied with the terms. Ring magazine tweeted the planned Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight is now off. The Ring has learned in a shocking turn of events YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul is facing intense backlash over the fight's abrupt downfall. Peep Games tweeted on X saying it's official: Saul Canelo Alvarez ducked #1 pound for pound Terence Bud Crawford. Canelo is now the undisputed biggest coward in boxing history, the biggest duck of all time. Canelo. Many fans suspect that Canelo's rumored tune-up match with the social media star played a major role in derailing the bout. Turkey Alec, the financial force behind securing Canelo and Crawford, has been vocal about his disapproval of Jake Paul's presence in boxing. As the mastermind of Riyadh season matchups, he has repeatedly expressed his belief that YouTubers stepping into the ring are undermining the integrity of the sport.
And Terence Crawford, who should be a big star, but the reality is isn't. He's just an unbelievable fighter. So listen, everything can change overnight, as you saw.
Yeah.
So don't rule out Canelo Crawford. But as I'm hearing, Canelo Jake Paul is done. And I get it. Hey, I'll watch it.
Mad old game. Eddie, always a pleasure, mate. Really appreciate the time.
Listen, fuck up your ideas.
Some believe that Canelo's willingness to entertain Paul has been a key factor in derailing negotiations for the highly anticipated super middleweight clash. Fans clamored for Canelo to challenge IBF title holder William Skull in a bid to reclaim undisputed super middleweight status. That showdown would have set the stage for two future Hall of Famers battling for all four belts, a far cry from the spectacle of a man whose last triumph came at the expense of a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. Canelo Lesnar tweeted on X saying, although it's still not clear why Canelo vs. Crawford was cancelled, many insiders are speculating that a simple reply may have triggered the dispute after Bud's strong words for Teofimo Lopez. Canelo requires Teo to be Crawford's next opponent before himself. Crawford, a long cry from a former Disney child actor, also defeated Israel Madrimov at Stadium. The internet has been buzzing with speculation about a possible showdown between Canelo and Paul, but there isn't a shred of evidence to suggest negotiations ever took place. Up until now, World Boxing News has steered clear of the rumor mill. However, the landscape shifted when the Crawford fight was relocated from T-Mobile Arena to the Raiders' home turf. In today's world, nothing is off the table. However, the likelihood of a four-division champion holding WBO, WBA, and WBC titles stepping into the ring with Paul at this stage of his career is virtually non-existent. What does Canelo stand to gain from such a matchup, and would a fight like this even draw a crowd in Las Vegas, a city that prides itself on showcasing boxing at its highest level? It's unlikely, but in this digital era, even casually testing the waters for a fight can ripple into real-world consequences, often to the detriment of all involved. Boxing fans are left disappointed and frustrated after rumors of a potential super fight between Canelo and Crawford were shut down. The highly anticipated showdown between two of boxing's biggest stars had fans buzzing with excitement. However, the latest news has sparked a wave of backlash from the boxing community, with many expressing their discontent over how the situation unfolded. One fan voiced their frustration, criticizing how such fights are often mishandled. Boxing is a joke, sometimes prematurely announcing agreements with no paperwork signed. This comment shows a growing sentiment among boxing enthusiasts who are tired of false promises and premature announcements that never materialize into Actual bouts. Another fan lamented the emotional roller coaster of getting hyped up only to be let down. They added, "They got us all hyped up to break our hearts in pieces. This disappointment is understandable given how rare it is to see undisputed champions from different weight classes meet in the ring. The hope of witnessing history was swiftly replaced with frustration." Some fans took the conversation, further pointing out the overwhelming support Terence Crawford had received in hypothetical matchups. This fan said the support for Crawford to win the fight is overwhelming. Canelo Crawford recently cemented his status as the best pound-for-pound fighter after his dominant victories. Many believe he could have presented a serious challenge to Canelo. However, others speculated that contractual complications may have played a role in derailing the fight. This fan speculated. Rumor has it Canelo saw the fine print, and the contract stated that the winner had to fight Benavidez. This speculation refers to David Benavidez, the super middleweight contender known for his aggressive style and relentless pressure. A mandatory fight with Benavidez could pose significant risks for either fighter, adding an extra layer of complexity to the potential deal. Not everyone viewed the cancellation as bad news, though some fans believe it may have been a blessing in disguise for Crawford. This fan added, "Crawford dodged a bullet. With that Canelo fight cancellation, dude can't cut to 168, and taking that cash grab would have just tarnished his legacy. Let's keep it real. While Crawford is undoubtedly a generational talent, moving up to 168 pounds to face a seasoned super middleweight like Canelo would have been a monumental challenge. Some feel that the risk far outweighed the reward, and that staying in his natural weight class could preserve Crawford's legacy. This isn't the news boxing fans were hoping for, especially after such a long and eager wait. For a brief moment it felt like anticipation would finally give way to reality. Reports had hinted that negotiations for the Canelo Alvarez vs Terence Crawford megafight were making real progress, but now it seems the historic clash between these two pound-for-pound legends might not come to fruition. After all, the exact reasons behind the fight's cancellation have yet to be confirmed. However, the significant weight disparity between Crawford and Alvarez had been a major point of contention. Many experts and former champions expressed concerns about Crawford's decision to move up 2 weight classes. David Benavidez entered the picture. Maybe it was time. In an interview with Ariel Helwani, David Benavidez, who secured a victory in the title eliminator against Morrell, shared his preference for Dimitri Bivol. Benavidez believes that if Bivol, who famously defeated Canelo Alvarez 2 years ago, emerges victorious in this title bout, it would significantly bolster his standing in the division.
How confident are you, David, that you will fight the winner of Beterbiev Bivol?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. To be honest, the only thing that I'm thinking about is that if Bivol wins this fight, like what they would have to do a rubber match, you know what I mean? And like I'm just like thinking, who am I to say that they can't fight another fight because they fought 2 great fights. So that's basically the only thing I'm thinking of right now. But I would, if that's something like that would happen, I think I wouldn't fight until they get that done with, and then I would move into that fight after they have a trilogy. So that's really the only thing I'm thinking right now.
That would be a long break for you. Like, let's say conceivably they fight again October. Who knows?
Crawford stands on the brink of becoming a legendary 3-division undisputed champion. If Alvarez isn't in the picture, he could ignite a series of unification bouts, however, that would bring him face to face with Sebastian Fundora, with whom he's already exchanged words in an online sparring match. Criticisms were aplenty. Many believe Crawford's technical prowess would dominate in the ring, leading to doubts about whether Alvarez would dare take the fight, fearing a 3rd career defeat. While some fans admire Crawford's technical mastery, others remain captivated by Alvarez's exceptional boxing, particularly his precise body shots and solid defense. The possibility of a career-first loss is a daunting thought, since there's an equally skilled opponent in the neighboring ranks. What good is it to force a champion to move up 2 divisions to fight? Spectators will have to watch and wait. Depending on the result, David Benavidez will take his next steps should he emerge as the undisputed champion of the light heavyweight division. Canelo Alvarez might find it increasingly difficult to avoid a showdown.
We'll see. I'm gonna rest and talk with my team, and like I say, everybody asking for everything, but and I always did. I always fight with everybody. You asking, so but right now I'm in the position I can ask him to. So I'm in the position I can ask him to, and I can do whatever I want, and we'll see what happens next.
Crawford had spent nearly a year championing the bout, with both fighters recently meeting Saudi boxing head Turki Alek in London. An ardent supporter of this eagerly anticipated clash, sources indicated that the terms were nearly finalized and an official announcement was expected soon. During UFC 306 in September, both Crawford and Alek took to Instagram Live, where Bud seized the moment to challenge Canelo after his victory over Edgar Berlanga. "Yo Turi, tell them we're going to go for Canelo next," said Crawford. Alek said, "Yes Leighton, go Canelo, come on, we are ready." Crawford then added, "You heard it from him, just put me in the game." Canelo Crawford, the biggest fight in boxing, but we stay ready though, we stay ready that way, we ain't got to get ready. However, we must note that the idea of a showdown between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez is undeniably captivating. The reigning unified super middleweight champion, facing off against a former YouTuber with 0 legitimate fights on his record, seems almost ludicrous. Still, here we are living in a world where the match isn't just a topic of conversation, it's buzzing with speculation about it actually taking place, flooding social media with rumors.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford. Against Matthew Dorff, people are going to say, oh, he had some hiccups. Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Matt Dorff was a little difficult to eat, he's not easy to digest, he's a good fighter. When you really, Sam, when you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, oh, Teddy, you make Crawford. You always saying how great Crawford is, but who do you think? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter.
The actual outcome of the fight is secondary for now. What's truly astonishing is the frenzy it's generated solely through rumors. This is a testament to Jake Paul's undeniable flair for spectacle. In the midst of all the commotion, Showbiz the Adult chimed in with his thoughts, offering some valuable perspective. During a discussion about the rumored showdown, the boxing commentator highlighted how the proposed bout between Terence Crawford and Canelo would dwarf any interest generated by a clash with Jake Paul. As has pointed out, Cinnamon needs a May opponent who poses no risk to his standing or reputation with an unexpected defeat. The big fight is the Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Reasonably, Canelo is the heavy favorite in that fight, but that's the big fight, so you don't want that fight threatened, explained the YouTuber, given that Jake Paul is not a threat at all. Canelo Alvarez's bout with him in May is safest option. Furthermore, according to Showbiz, 8 versus Paul will probably make more money than the Crawford fight. That's the world we're in. What am I going to say? The popular content creator exclaimed that no matter how much people criticize the fight, the Mexican star could get a huge bag fighting Jake Paul because the people are going to show up. The commentator suggested that given Canelo's potential to earn more from a fight with Jake Paul than from a matchup with Crawford, and with minimal risk for the highly anticipated September showdown, it's a fight Canelo would be wise to pursue. The hatred that people have for Jake Paul will bring them to the arena, claimed Shizzy said. We are in a world where people want to gather to hate. The hate of that fight will make people gather. According to Showbiz, hate speech directed towards the problem child has significantly increased since the Mike Tyson fight. There are some people who will probably see Canelo Alvarez as a superhero for what Jake Paul did to Mike Tyson, proclaimed the YouTuber while defending the rumored fight. Showbiz the Adult isn't the sole boxing insider weighing in on the speculated Jake Paul versus Canelo Alvarez showdown. In a recent appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, MMA journalist Ariel Helwani also shared his thoughts on the potential bout. On his show, Helwani discussed the speculated bout, praising Cinnamon's impressive fight roster. There are some reports now coming out that Canelo versus Jake Paul is a thing in May as well, which, by the way, what a freaking year for Canelo Alvarez. Holy those are 2 gigantic paydays. These are 2 mass things, Helwani said. While looking at both fights, Helwani however accepted the stories at face value and refrained from discussing the veracity of the rumors. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.